top 5 villains in the DCAMU. Let's go. Be sure to let me know your favourite DCAMU villain in the comment section below. So very quickly, what exactly is the DCAMU? The DCAMU is the DC animated movies universe, and it contains all of these films. So I have very recently watched all of these films, and following this I will be watching the DC's Tomorrowverse. But before I get to that, I do want to cover the DCAMU on its own, because I have thoroughly enjoyed watching through all of the films. It might even be my favourite connected universe, at least for superheroes, and a lot of that is down to the amazing villains in these films. So who are my top 5? In at number 5, I have Hush, or spoiler warning, the Riddler. So obviously this was my first viewing of this film, I've never seen it before, but I've also never read the comic for this, so it all came as a surprise to me, and that was what made the film really enjoyable for me. I know a lot of people prefer the comic, and since watching the film I've been told the comic is so much better, you have to read it, so it's on my radar and I will get to that at some point. But for now, all I've seen is the film, and I really enjoyed it, and I really liked Hush as a villain. The Riddler is one of my favourite Batman villains anyway, so a story like this was just even more enjoyable for me as a fan of the Riddler and now a fan of Hush. I thought the way he manipulated other villains into doing his bidding was really clever. I especially like this with Bane and Poison Ivy, I thought they were done brilliantly. And I really enjoyed the scene where Batman was literally just getting in the Riddler's head, just winding him up, and Riddler was just going crazy. Another thing I really enjoyed was the backstory the Riddler had in this. I really liked the concept that the Riddler was near to death, and so he used a Lazarus pit. And whilst the villain does monologue a lot, that's a very Riddler thing to do anyway.
Sly dog, you got me monologuing!
So I didn't have a problem with it, and I really enjoyed him in that film. But I will give the comic a go, and so I'll see if that has an impact on what my opinions of the film are. But for now, I enjoy it, and I really enjoy Hush. Or the Riddler, whatever you want to call him.
My name is... What?
In at number 4, I have Deathstroke. He obviously appears in Son of Batman as well as the Judas Contract, and I thought he was amazing in both of these films. His rivalry with Damian is done brilliantly throughout the films. I like the way he always looks down on him and tries to wind him up by saying that he's not good enough or he expected more of him.
Your friendship made you soft.
I really enjoyed his fight scene with Nightwing in the Judas Contract. I thought that fight was amazing. But I really enjoyed how evil they made him in the Judas Contract when he was manipulating Tara. But the way he betrays her in that film is just like heartbreaking for her, but he just comes across like cold and like he just didn't give one. Which he didn't really. He was evil.
Evil!
And he's in at number 4. In at number 3, I have Doomsday. Now there's not really loads for me to actually say about Doomsday because Doomsday is just a machine of destruction essentially. But I absolutely adored the Death of Superman film, and I thought Doomsday was an amazing part of that film. I want to say the fight that he had with Superman was great, but the fight he was having with the whole Justice League was just incredible. Just seeing him tear through the Justice League was insane to watch. I do think it benefits Doomsday that the story of the death of Superman and the relationship between Superman and Lois Lane was so good that Doomsday being the reason Superman died and the impact that had on not only Lois but everyone else gave Doomsday just a huge fear factor. Everyone knew Doomsday was powerful, and it was crazy seeing the people of Metropolis just in such disbelief over this thing killing Superman. Doomsday was just incredibly OP, and he obviously wasn't the most intelligent villain, but he was just overpowered, he served his purpose, and he was cool.
Whoa, that's so cool, bro!
In at number 2 is Darkseid. Now Darkseid is of course the main villain of the DCAMU as a whole. He was the biggest threat not only to the Justice League but to the Earth as a whole. Darkseid had some incredible fight scenes against the Justice League, and of course he actually beat them. But when we're introduced to Darkseid in Justice League War, he just has a certain presence about him. The way he storms through the Justice League, especially unfortunately the way he treats Hal Jordan, is just a sight to see. He is very overpowered, but in the best way possible. But what puts him above Doomsday is the psychological aspect of it. Darkseid beats the Justice League in Apocalypse War, but he doesn't choose to kill these members of the Justice League. He actually kind of mind controls them into working for him. They essentially become his minions. And this is quite scary if you actually think about it. The guy literally infused kryptonite within Superman so that Superman couldn't fight him again, but he kept him alive just so he had to live with the fact he lost the war. Darkseid was just pure evil and an amazing villain for that. That's why he's in at number 2. In at number 1 we have the Reverse Flash. Now Reverse Flash actually appears in my favourite film in the DCAMU, as well as I think my 3rd favourite film in the DCAMU. He is brilliant in both of the films, and the links that the films have from one to the other is brilliant. Reverse Flash is maniacal, he is just horrible, and the way he gets in Barry Allen's head and causes the events of Flashpoint is just wow. I really wish I didn't know what Flashpoint was before I watched this, because my mind would have been blown away. But even knowing what has happened to get where the film got to, I was still in awe of this villain. A lot of villain monologues are really cheesy or just really stupid, like why are you talking?
Shut up.
But that is not the case with the Reverse Flash. I think the Reverse Flash has one of the best monologues in superhero films to date. I mentioned the links from one film to the other. The film I'm talking about is The Suicide Squad Hell to Pay, and the reveal that this is the same Flash from Flashpoint is just done so well. The way that they show the bullet still in his head and how exactly he survived, as well as showing us the shot where he actually did get shot. It was just so cool. I think the desperation that they gave this character in Hell to Pay was really good. I think it gave the character something different from what we saw in Flashpoint. And I think Reverse Flash has the best story in the DCAMU, at least as far as a villain goes.
That sounds incredible. Thanks
to the Reverse Flash, we literally get this whole cinematic universe. He causes the Flashpoint that we get at the start, and then in Apocalypse War we literally end with another Flashpoint. And I really liked the idea he was chasing the Get Out of Hell free card, and the fact he got so close to getting it, but then Deadshot stopped him. It gave this character such an amazing death. He's one of the best characters I've seen in any superhero film or franchise, and certainly the best villain in the DCAMU.
I'm the best!
And that is it. That is my top 5 villains in the DCAMU. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree with my list? Do you disagree with my list? Just remember, these are just opinions, so please keep it friendly down there and don't be too harsh. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe for more content in the future. Thank you very much for watching. I've been The Walking Down. See you later.